Hey guys, and welcome to the second episode of the Sadcast podcast. Thankfully, we are joined here by Wanderbot and Lost Spider once again. And
Thankfully, I regret everything here.
Yeah, we always regret everything at the Sadcast.
It's the self-fulfilling name.
Yes, self-fulfilling. Everything about our entire sad thing is self-fulfilling.
What makes you guys sad?
Migraines.
You dragging us into the podcast.
We were going to record this last Thursday, and I was like, I am debilitatedly stupid right now. But that's normal, I guess.
Oh, okay.
I'm sad that Guitar Hero deleted all of its DLC.
What?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow, that's pretty deep.
There's the rise and fall of music games right there. Guitar Hero 3 sold 13 million copies, if I remember correctly. And Guitar Hero, Band Hero, and DJ Hero now don't have DLC. It's all been completely removed from the online marketplaces.
What if you had bought it? Like, is that going to...
You get to keep playing it, and as far as I know, I'm pretty sure those consoles both have systems in place where if you buy something, you can continue to re-download it forever, but they can't sell that stuff anymore.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
They just dropped every license.
That's really weird.
And
kind of tacky.
Kind of the difference, I guess, between Rock Band and Guitar Hero there, because Rock Band has very slowly been hemorrhaging a few tracks at a time from their marketplace. Like, every now and then you just see like 10 things drop out of their like 3,000 songs, but Guitar Hero just pulled the plug on everything. Like, absolutely.
Well, I mean, someone probably looked over the budget assessment and went like, well,
that's
here's
the
this
thing.
thing.
It's a cynical corporate machine going on here.
Well,
it's like, well, this no longer makes us money. Bye forever.
That's kind of sad. Because those games were awesome.
It's one of the most massive like pieces of content in video games, basically, which is crazy. And it kind of highlights some of the worry involved in like this digital-centered version of video games that we have now. Is that stuff can just disappear now? Like it's just gone.
You can't even get what's that one game we were playing there? I wonder. Deadpool anymore.
Yeah, Deadpool's gone.
Although at least Deadpool's a physical game that you can pick up in the store.
Ish, yeah, but if you like wanted to get it digitally on Steam, nope, no cookie.
Nope.
Yeah, and I get that, but that's kind of what I was getting at, is that there's a huge benefit to having physical copies of anything. Like, even if you don't have to buy that version, just having it available is really nice. And Deadpool has the advantage of, like, as far as like the history of video games goes or whatever, like you can go back and buy a copy of Deadpool just because it existed as a disc somewhere. But like Guitar Hero DLC is gone forever. Or like recently I was looking at the history of Xbox Live Arcade games, and there's well over 100 games on Xbox Live Arcade that have never been on physical discs and are just gone forever.
Yeah.
To be fair,
like,
watching your guys' content does not seem like it's much of a loss for half of those.
That's indie.
Those are indie games. Yeah. Xbox Live Arcade is pretty much the equivalent of like the $15 store of Steam, basically.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Xbox Live indie games are unredeemable trash, aside from like everything Zeboyd Games makes, which is the guys that made the Penny Arcade 3 and 4. Everything else is just like, well, I made a woman and it never moves, but it dodges clothing, and you gotta get all the foods and.
What?
Like, this isn't even video games. God damn it.
I must have missed that episode.
Oh yeah, that's
we just played games that didn't
a random
have
episode.
Sound.
Wonder.
God, what was that? Snowfall?
There's Xbox Live indie games with no sound. They just don't bother making sound for their video game. It's just like there's clip art, and then it goes after the other clip art, and then pay us money. We deserve it. Give us all the money we worked for. We worked really hard.
It would have literally been easier to just go to the goddamn like YouTube library of free sounds and just done it that way. Like,
it's most of Xbox Live indie games, I'm convinced, is people's student projects.
Oh, me too. I mean, Alchemy God, come on, that was bullshit.
Someone drew drawings. Like, here's a squiggly line, it's water. Here's a orange squiggly line, it's fire. You mix them together, you get steam, and that's the whole game.
Like, yeah.
Just mix elements together to make other elements, and then
be the greatest
there's no
alchemist?
end game. It doesn't go anywhere.
God damn it. Fucking
just to make it
games.
dumber, it's not even an original idea. I have the original game on my phone, and it's better.
It's more pathetic when they get really defensive over their shitty games.
Oh yeah, they get.
Oh, that happens.
Indie game developers get angrier, like way angrier than even AAA ones do.
Yeah.
Like the dark side of them is like they take everything way more personally, and
Why, do they come and comment on your channel or something?
No, we had.
Yes, we've had people get really angry at us.
God, we had the most worst experience we've ever had so far was we've had a video that got flagged for copyright because the indie developer didn't like it.
Wow.
Did you get it back?
We had our own little version of Gary's Mod Day 1 incident that Total Biscuit had. We put up a video for a game called Smash a Seal, which was unredeemable trash in every conceivable way, and the developer put a copyright strike on it and got it flagged and taken down from YouTube and everything. And
Did you guys ever get it back?
Yeah, we got it back eventually. But
we
when we confronted
him
about it, he kept going on and on and on about it. Like, he kept saying that we kept saying untrue things, and when we kept asking him what they were, he wouldn't actually ever specify.
That's just tacky.
Wow, what
he was
a
acting
dick.
like we were being slanderous.
Yeah,
but the one other Smash the Seal video never got taken down noticeably.
Wow.
Yeah, oh, God, it was.
So
great.
indie games.
There was nothing more fun than Keith I remember it distinctly because I was sitting there doing a bowling league and Keith messaged me and just like, yeah, one of our videos just got taken down. And I was like, oh,
what?
I guess that's the thing. And I was like, what happened? And he's like, yeah, we got like flagged for copyright infringement or on an indie game. And I was like, I don't think that's legitimate.
Yeah, that was a fun way to start my day in school. Is like I drive to college and I get out in the parking lot and check my phone. It's like, one of your games has been videos has been taken down from YouTube for copyright. I'm like, excuse me? And I see it's an indie game. I'm like, well, that wasn't automated. There's no automated flagging for sound assets used in a Smash a Seal.
Yeah, god damn it.
The game where you beat seals to death. By the way, it's just a really badly rendered whack-a-mole.
That's all
it is. It was just seals coming out of whack-a-mole holes.
There was a plot to it. Remember?
Yeah, the cyber penguins.
What?
There were cybernetic penguins taking over
that's why you got
world.
upset because we were making the comment like, why are we hitting like when you first start playing it, it looks very obvious that you should be hitting the penguins. That there are these like robotic Cylon-looking penguins that appear, and you immediately instinctively go like, well, I'm not gonna hit the cute seal, I'm gonna hit the penguin because it looks evil. But you get hitting
the evil things is bad. Hitting the cute things is good.
And so he justified it instead of like, because it's obvious shock value, like, oh, you go, God, you're smashing seals, and his legitimate excuse was like, no, the seals are bad. They're interrupting the penguins, like some kind of sensory thing, so they can survive.
He had some ridiculous story background thing that he yelled at us on Twitter about or whatever the fuck. That was never at any point a part of the game.
It is.
You literally hit start and you're just hitting seals and that's it.
No, it is. I did check that back, and it is part of the game. But he only included the paragraph. The paragraph to read for it is in our video. You can only see it for 30 seconds. And that's not because we pressed past it. It's literally only a 30-second like paragraph you see, and then it vanishes.
Wow.
Oh man. It's like decisions all over the place.
God damn it. And same with like Trailer Park King guy. God, fuck, what a fucking asshole.
He's awful.
That guy is such an asshole. He will not accept the reality that his game is a piece of shit.
There's a guy who makes a series of games called Trailer Park King where it's like a really simple, like almost not even a game version of adventure games where you walk around a trailer park and every NPC you encounter is these just super skankily drawn anime girls. Where like all of their nipples show through their shirts and they're always doing weird poses.
Everyone's cold and doesn't know how to stand like human beings.
What?
That was it.
Cold?
Yeah, their nipples just pierce through everything.
Oh,
it doesn't matter. Like these
Okay.
people can be wearing jackets and it's like nipples pierce. Like, oh my god.
And then in the sequel they have 3 boobs and
What?
Yeah.
What?
they dress up as whores and go to a funeral.
Oh god.
But it's just never even slightly funny at any point when we're trying to go through it, and it's just like it was so tedious. And they're like, he deflects every single complaint anyone has about it ever, about the art or the game design or story or anything, just being like, you just don't get it. It's supposed to be funny. You're not supposed to take it seriously, as if that's something that makes quality not irrelevant.
And
it's like the Adam Sandler defense.
Oh god.
Yeah, and even still, it's just like but it wasn't funny. It was really bad. Like, oh man, the joke was that your main character is really perverted and dumb. Ha 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 ha. Like, okay, thanks for that.
Don't get it, Andrew. You just don't get it.
I don't get why like the character walking around the mini map has to have a huge fucking head for no goddamn reason.
Oh
my
yeah,
god.
It has.
But it's my
It has
style.
Final Fantasy style bobblehead open
So they have
world
like, was it called
environment.
Chibi? Is that right?
And no, and
Yeah.
it's like he literally cannot. Women are the only things that he can draw distinctly. Any of the men are literally just copy paste faces. He just adds facial hair to them. It's really bad. It's like
That's weird.
yeah,
Sounds bad.
Like all the men look the same if you just took off the facial hair, and you're like, what? But
I don't know.
Like
I've
like
run into
South Park.
other artists that have that issue.
but the weird part is he can make all the women look unique. So he's like he either doesn't give a shit about trying for the men, or there's something that's debilitating him from being able to just draw like
Well,
a more
it's
chiseled
because he
chin.
enjoys spending way more time drawing the women because he gets to make them do creepy sex things.
But
Yeah,
they
he doesn't
don't-
want to see the men's nipples poking all the way up.
I mean,
I
have
did.
you ever
I
looked
was-
at the number of
You were
costumes
into it?
per character in Dead or Alive, and see the
Well,
gender split
yeah,
there?
but I think there's like literally a department that just works on boob visual physics.
Yeah, like,
I
like
mean,
women, the women have up to 8 costumes in some of those games, and the men almost always have like 3.
Half the budget is, on the physics engine. It's
Also-
volleyball. There's physics
also
involved,
they
right?
know their market. Like that's different.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't have a market. His market is not non-existent. So, I mean, it's more sad that he actually makes money from that.
Actually, yeah, it does kind of have a little bit of a market for a while. Trailer Park King was one of the most popular games on Xbox Live Indie Games.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
I think that's just saying that there's not a whole lot of other options, but
Yeah, you
I
pretty
mean,
much
I-
just have, if you want anything of quality, you just get Zeboid Games or James Silva.
I guess I would compare that kind of to like Let's Players that primarily put, pictures of scantily clad women as their YouTube thumbnails.
That's like any YouTuber.
That's us!
Yeah,
Yep.
I was about to say.
I was thinking about that, just like, hey, that actually describes you guys.
No, we only do it when the game is scantily clad women, which we
I
just
know.
constantly, frequently play for
That's
some
not
reason.
entirely true, because our thumbnail for the entire Resident Evil series is some woman's boobs.
Well, that was.
And that's not exactly the most sexualized game.
And Grand Theft Auto, but
Yeah, Grand Theft Auto is a bikini woman that's not even a character in the game.
Yeah.
that
yeah,
is in the
I
official
thought,
promo
I thought that
art
bikini character
ish.
was supposed to be the daughter.
I don't think so.
I don't know. I don't give a shit.
I don't think
Whatever.
any of the... it could be. It's hard to tell because Grand Theft Auto is a 3D animated game, and all of the loading screens are these like photos and or like super detailed
Yeah,
paintings.
they're like very nicely drawn, detailed images that look nothing like the characters in the game.
Yeah,
That's not uncommon, though.
No,
I've seen a
it's
lot
just-
of things
it's
like
especially
really
for Grand
jarring.
Theft Auto.
What has
Oh,
everyone
God.
been playing lately?
Dark Souls.
Dark Souls! Yeah,
Dark Souls.
Donkey
Actually,
Kong.
Andrew's also played Dark Souls recently.
Oh,
Everyone's
you-
recently played Dark Souls in this room. Some more than others.
Yeah,
I've-
some a lot more than others.
I think I'm getting... I don't know. I can't even gauge my progress through Dark Souls 2. I know that the beginning of the game is basically focused around, like, you need to get these 4
Hey,
primal
let's hold on.
bonfires
Hold
with,
on,
like,
hold
you
on,
need to
spoilers.
do...
nope, spoilers.
No spoilers. We're getting
Get
that
the
game when it
spoilers
comes out
out
on
of here.
PC.
Yeah.
Not even, like, the basic structure.
No, I don't want to hear it.
Well, I mean, you can talk about mechanics, because
Yeah,
that's not...
mechanic- that's
I'm just
fine.
saying that when the game starts, like, the first half of the game is you want these 4 things. And then after that, the second half of the game happens, I guess.
So, like the bells in the first game.
I'd say more like the what's it called? The first game has the Lord Vessel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Basically, because the second half of the first game is getting 4 souls, and the first half of the second game is getting 4 souls.
Wow.
Like it's just
Very
sort of
unique.
it's not the
Well-
most inventive thing necessarily, but it works for supporting their idea of letting you wander back and forth between a bunch of different paths and not having to sit there and play a linear RPG, I guess.
Well, how nice of them. Thank God I don't have to play linear RPGs. Where is
So,
I had where's that picture I had? I had a perfect picture that I saved because I knew we were going to talk about Dark Souls at some point at the podcast. And I found a really great GIF that orchestrated how I felt about Dark Souls. God damn it, I'm never gonna find it.
So yeah, they had
you
a
guys,
much higher
you guys know
budget,
about what's
right?
going on lately with the infamous Second Son? Like it came out and it was getting reviews, and apparently Sony tried to Sony tried to embargo reviews so that they couldn't talk about anything past the first power you get in the game. Like, no one was allowed to show footage of or talk about anything beyond that point in the reviews.
Fuck you.
Yeah.
I do what I
It kind
want.
of defeats the purpose of a review, really, though.
Yeah.
What was and it's really misleading and feels kind of cheap because I've played through Second Son now, and it's like everyone's like, oh yeah, first you get the smoke power, and then you get the neon power, and then they can't talk about anything past that point. And I'm like, you basically get one more power and then the game ends. That's it.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I was gonna say like
There's
the
4
regular
powers in the
Infamous is
entire
like that
game,
too.
and you have to beat the game to get the 4th power.
I've seen some really entertaining glitches come out of that game earlier, though.
Oh,
like
yeah.
a week ago, Chip Cheesem, if you know of him, posted a really hilarious video of like the guards walking at a like 15-degree angle from the ground, and they're like scooting along, and they're having serious clipping issues, and then immediately like bounce up and then just start wailing on him and shooting him and stuff. It was very funny to watch.
Wait, so are they sliding around on the sidewalk like they're like race cars or something?
No, well, they're walking, but they're like
What?
at a 15-degree angle backwards, like they're leaning.
Oh, they're just like slightly tilted back, like they're really smug.
No, not slightly, extremely.
So you mean 15 degrees off the sidewalk, right?
Yes.
Oh, I
God.
love this GIF.
It-
Yeah.
Well, it's
Oh,
kind
no.
of it's glitches like that that make me really want to do like stuff like Goat Simulator. But it's kind of one of those. It's like trying to catch lightning in a bottle. You're never sure if you're actually going to get a bug at all, or if it's going to be a completely like perfect game experience.
Yeah, I can feel that.
It's I've been caught off guard by just how quickly I 100%ed Infamous 3, or Infamous Second Son as they call it. Like, the previous Infamous games had almost crippling amounts of side content. Like the
I
second game
remember.
in particular, in Infamous 2, every single region of the game has its own side quest you have to complete in order to liberate that section and make it part of your territory or whatever. And in Infamous Second Son, there's no side quests. Like there's,
Oh wow.
they have those sort of like they have those open world events, like how Infamous 2 has stuff like there'd be like a mine, there'd be like a blast shard bomb on the wall, and you have to disarm the bomb and save the person, and you get a blast shard out of it, and that's it. Like it's a one little like 2-second thing. That's basically 100% of the side content in Infamous Second Son.
You're not painting it in a very good light.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie.
I got real mixed feelings about it because the game feels super short. It doesn't feel like there's much to it, and there's an entire side quest called Paper Trail that's all like ARG, like online stuff. And they're doing that gimmick where they roll out the content once a week, even though I'm pretty sure it's already all on the disc and stuff. Where they make you like investigate these murders, and then you take a picture of the murders, and then they send you to a website to solve a puzzle on a website so that you can get the next quest in the game.
That sounds
By
more
which I mean,
annoying
like-
than anything else.
It is.
Yeah.
It really is annoying, and the side content is mostly just like, go get these drug dealers. I'm like, I already did that 500 times in the main story. It's like, well, now you get to do it with another story. I'm like, well, that's good for you.
Well,
the
good.
the
for
best
you.
thing I can say about Infamous Second Son is that basically every power in that game is pretty much awesome, especially the ways that they let you move around the environment, and they actually are like they have a good amount of overlap so that you don't feel crippled the moment you switch between them, because like there are certain basic actions that are true for all of them, but then they all have something that makes them feel unique, and they all look really cool, and they take good advantage of the hardware and everything, and the like overall presentation and storyline and like the actual characters you see with the crazy motion capture and another great performance from Troy Baker is really good. The guy that played the protagonist in The Last of Us and BioShock Infinite is also the protagonist of Infamous Second Son, and he does a great job.
He is the protagonist in like everything.
Everything that Nolan North isn't.
Yeah, pretty much actually. I don't remember. It must have been on Reddit, but I saw it's like, these aren't the games of the year. This guy is the game of the year, and it was just.
He's just
him.
in every single game
He
people
really
care
is.
about this like last year or so.
I mean, you have to think, like, I wonder, at some point you wonder how much effort goes into doing, like, voiceovers for certain stuff, but at the same time you go, like, how much fucking free time does this guy have?
Yeah,
because he's
well,
in like
it's his job too.
Yeah, but
If
no,
you're working
but
full time.
Here's the problem: is like it's not even working full time. It's like he does all these video games, and he also is the voice in a ton of fucking TV shows and cartoons, and then at the same time he still has to like have a family. So it's like, how the fuck does this dude manage time, and how does he even talk to people? Like, cause do you want to talk
anymore? And then he's also showing up on tabletop and stuff like that.
Yeah, like fuck.
I bet his entire family is. He doesn't have a family. He just like lives in a monastery of.
He's like a pet rat.
Well, I was gonna say he lives with a bunch of those like selective mute monk type people that just never talk. So
I imagine he lived in like a funhouse mirror, and he just made up different voices for each view he could see in the mirror.
Did we just turn Troy Baker into Ace Ventura?
Well, except for like he doesn't even come up with new voices. It's largely the same too, because he's just generic dad 1 through like 10 in pretty much all of them, except for I guess Infamous Second Son, where I hope he's not a dad. That'd be weird.
Well, Nolan North is like that too, though. I mean,
I'd say the voices are pretty different between, say, Infamous Second Son and The Last of Us.
Well, yeah. I was more thinking BioShock Infinite and Last of Us.
Right, his generic protagonist voice.
His generic middle-aged man protagonist voice.
I like the fact that he seems to consistently be doing, especially lately, a lot of motion capture. Because he seems to be really good at actually acting, basically. And so,
he's got a great face for it, too.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
so
he looks
so
like
when he does the motion capture and the actual physical performance for the character on top of the voice, it actually makes the characters a lot more believable.
Yeah. I'm glad they're doing that. I was replaying a little bit of Fable 1, and it's like, open mouth, closed mouth when talking. It's like, oh, this is so weird.
Oh, man. Audio
Speaking
syncing.
of that, in Dark Souls 2, no NPCs move their mouths still. Still a thing. Every Souls game, every single character just stands there like a mannequin while dialogue happens at you.
Do you see?
I think you'd just be glad to make it to somebody without dying constantly.
Did you guys happen to see there was an article about a kid who managed to find a bug in the password system for the Xbox One?
Oh yeah, I heard something about that.
It was
5 years old, right?
It was so this 5-year-old kid decided to play his dad's Xbox, but his dad put a password on it, so when you first start the console, you can't play it without the password. And so he found out that if you just go over to the spacebar button and you just keep pressing it rapidly and then log in with it, it'll work.
Dun dun dun.
The kind of bug only a 5-year-old would find.
That sounds like a trick to catching Pokemon.
And the worst part is that it works replicated, so it works every time. It's not just like a one-time thing with this one Xbox One. It's like every Xbox One had this glitch in it, and so it's like they actually Microsoft actually gave him credit for finding the bug, so his name is on the list of like contributors to like finding bugs.
That's amazing.
But it's like
up on the D-pad and shake your Game Boy upside down, and you'll catch Mew.
It blows my mind because you think about you have to think about the idea that some kid had to say this to his father or something, and like, Dad, I got to play the Xbox because I found this bug, and the dad goes and says it to somebody, and it gets on the news or whatever. Somebody at Microsoft heard this and was like, okay, who the fuck had the job of checking this? Because if a 5-fucking-year-old is able to goddamn bypass a password system, why the fuck do we even need passwords?
Are you telling me that the next-gen consoles might have been rushed?
I'm saying that maybe somebody in Microsoft just forgot how passwords work.
How could there possibly be gaps in the Xbox One, the console that launched with no party chat, the standard feature of the Xbox 360 since forever?
Wow.
We're also talking about the company that was able to, make Hotmail, which of course had the best password security system of all time.
I had Hotmail for all of 10 minutes, and then signed up for Gmail again.
My password is password.
I had a Gmail, and then I went to Hotmail just to try it out, and then I made another Gmail just to make myself clean.
Well, I needed an email for somebody to send me a referral code, because this is way back in the dark ages when Gmail wasn't a publicly available thing.
Bullshit.
Yeah.
There was no email before Gmail.
Sorry, I'm still watching this Dark Souls gif.
Just there was no
funny.
maps before Google Maps.
I mean,
What are you gonna say, MapQuest? I dare you to say fucking MapQuest, because that shit was bull. That was the worst fucking map system ever.
Was. Well, it's like
Turn
it
left
exists.
off Interstate 80. Okay.
I've been watching old TV lately. Not even old TV, just TV I
Alf?
missed from a few years ago, like Weeds and shit. And
God.
it's amazing how dated TV is that came out like within the last decade, because everyone has like these shitty little flip phones that only have the numbers on them, and people unironically say stuff in season 5 of the show like, "Can you MapQuest that for me?"
God
I'm like,
damn
oh
it.
my god, is this from when I was not live?
man.
Is this my parents' TV?
This is my parents' TV? Is it just stuck on the old people channels?
That's apparently like a real issue though, is that like people have been in jail for like 5 years or something and
God
get
damn
out
it.
are just really confused by how the world works now, because they come out of jail and suddenly everyone is constantly walking around with rectangular devices that they can't stop staring at.
So that's what it feels like to be old.
I've always kind of had like this feeling like it'd be really fun if we all played a prank on Manson and just like released him for like a day, but just everybody look completely like they're aliens. Like I don't think he'd be prepared for it. He's been like in what, like isolation for 20 years, 25 years, I think it is. So just imagine like him walking out into the world and like everyone's walking around with like these weird technology devices and shit. It's like, welcome to the future, Manson. And he's like, oh, fucking Jesus.
Here, put this chip under your skin.
Yeah, it's like, oh, welcome. You can finally embrace the culture that society is in now. And it's like, I want to go back to jail.
The implants? No, everyone does this. Everyone just does that now.
They just stick them on the set of Idiocracy and populate it as best as possible.
God damn it.
Here, why these crops with Gatorade?
Did you see? Okay, this is like super not on topic of games, but on the topic of Manson.
Like we were.
You know, like, do you know?
Yeah, I know.
Do you know I mean, of course, everyone knows what Manson did, and the reason why he's like in where he is. And so I read an article about somebody like they let a visitor go see him, and
I'm sure this ended well.
like what? And like it's a girl.
And they had tea.
Because
It was
it's
nice.
a girl, which is like, of course, the best idea, because nothing ever came bad from Manson and women involved in each other at all. And so they let this woman, who's way younger, like she is like 20 years younger than Manson. Like she was probably not even alive when Manson went around like, like converting people to become murderers. And they let her go and visit him. And she's coming like, Manson's such this great guy, and oh, I feel so bad he's in prison, and I wish I could marry him. And it's like, do you even fucking read? Like, read a book, bitch. Like, Manson's a fucking lunatic. Like,
That
why?
needs to be the title of this podcast. Read
But I'm
a
just thinking,
book,
like,
bitch.
who at the jail just allowed this? Who is like the warden who's just like, he's been in jail for like 40 years. Who cares? Like, what's the worst he can do? Convert somebody else to
What's the
become one of
worst he
those
can do?
Manson people? It's like, yes.
And that's
the
how
fucking
Saw
problem.
happened.
It's just,
I mean-
goddamn.
To be fair, that's actually like, I'm trying to remember. That's actually like a thing where women will fall in love with convicts, and it's kind of like this weird rescue mentality or something like that.
Yeah,
I think men
it's
do
like
it
how
too,
women
but there are
like-
less
yeah.
women in prison, so it's kind of harder
Wait, what?
with convicts.
Yeah, it's
But
weird.
Shell
For some
chooses
reason,
the
men
best
just go around
time to
stabbing each
tune
other.
into this conversation.
But I don't know. It just I'm thinking
You're
like
sad.
how
Boy
do you just
mentality.
Yeah, it's the bad boy mentality, kind of, sort
bad
of.
boy mentality?
Yeah.
Lord.
God damn it.
You know the like girl that will be stuck with the
Baddest
abusive
boy.
boyfriend, thinking she can like change him for the better.
Yeah, because he's in jail, so he can change. I mean, it just
I'm
frustrates
gonna
me when I
fuck
think
the evil out
about.
of Darth Maul.
It just
Wow, that went in a weird direction.
Holy crap.
Are we talking about Darth Maul before he got chopped in half? Because that'd be really awkward. Like,
Well, fucker came back to life. Star Wars canon is bullshit.
dude, okay, you can't believe Star Wars I mean, Anakin shouldn't even been alive after the fucking last fight. Like, what kind of lava only half burns you? That's bullshit. Like, that
Minecraft,
lava
if
gave
you're
up.
lucky.
Well, to be fair, he didn't fall in the lava.
Oh no, he just caught on fire next to the lava beach.
Yeah, like he
Like,
was
what
close
the-
enough
He
to
was
it,
on
like
fire,
it burned
yeah.
him.
Okay,
but he,
so if we're gonna be picking that movie apart, both of them would have been dead just by exposure, being
Well, yeah,
next
you can't
to and
survive
or
on that
above it
planet.
all.
I don't give
No,
a shit.
man.
I don't give a shit if you have the Force.
It is the Force. You just make.
I
it
grew
like
up
a force
reading
field.
Jedi novels, and that's bullshit even for Jedi.
Is it?
Yeah,
I don't know. Like
the
I
Star
can
Wars
imagine if
trilogy
it
gets
was like.
dumber than its own fan fiction at some point.
God. But it's
Speaking
it's
of
about
weird
the emotions,
Star Wars
Steve.
trilogy shit, I was going to thrift stores because I was trying to. I was just there like helping a family pick out furniture and shit, but I also wanted to try to grab if I could, like the original Star Wars movies on VHS, like before they fucked.
Before they edited everything.
Yeah, I found a box set of the original Star Wars trilogy. But here's how the VHSs went in the box set and the little like repackaged, like rubber banded together thrift store. It went A New Hope, The Phantom Menace, Return of the Jedi.
Yep, sounds legit.
Like, wait
Sounds
a minute.
normal.
I think you're trying to pull a fast one on me. I don't remember Liam Neeson being Darth Vader.
Shut up, you piece of shit. They're all VHS tapes. You can't tell the difference from the side. They're all black.
Luke, I am your father, and I have a special set of skills.
Wow.
I actually have the DVDs before they altered it. I have the first set of DVDs that came out. So it was like just a reprint of the VHS tapes.
I thought it got digitally remastered before DVDs ever came out.
Yeah, they edited. They edited
No.
them on the VHS first.
Yep.
Did they?
Yeah,
Because
the
one-
DVD version should still have all the bullshit CGI additions in them.
Okay, because
Yep.
I gotta recheck because I remember watching it and I didn't see any of like the bullshit like there's
we-
a fucking
we
dinosaur in
watched-
the middle of the scene. It's
We
like,
watched
okay,
episode 1 with the Plinkett review, commentary over it, and he was calling out the dinosaurs while we were watching it.
were
Yeah,
we?
I think they did their first like digitally remastered stuff in like '95 or something like that on VHS.
Yeah, if you rewatch the rewatch the Mos Eisley scene, there's just a bunch of weird CG animals everywhere, and like they're like in front of the screen and shit.
Yeah.
God damn it.
I don't remember it that well, but admittedly it's been many years actually since I've seen the original trilogy.
I mean,
I'm
like,
kind of
Shame.
I don't know. It's kind of flabbergasting when you think about just like how many other movies could just totally be altered by CGI, but they just don't do it out of just fucking respect.
yeah, man. Didn't we totally needed a beak for the for that pit? You know, remember the pit? What was it? What the fuck was it called?
The Sarlacc pit.
Yeah, the Starlight Pit.
They took that
needed
one band that
totally needed a
performs
beak.
in one of the movies and turned it into a CG cartoon.
Yeah.
Like the lady does a dance number in front of this camera, and it's
Oh,
like
yeah,
minutes
yeah.
long.
That just seemed unnecessary more than just like groundbreaking or world shattering or anything like that.
I think he just changes it for shits and giggles.
Yeah, because I mean,
Because nothing else he ever does matters, so he just keeps going
Well-
back to Star Wars to have something to do.
To be fair, how many YouTube videos do you think like after you're done recording? Oh man, I should have said this at X point or something like that. Do you ever have that or no?
yeah,
Oh,
I
when
don't go
you're,
back
like,
and edit
when
it back in.
When we're
Well,
recording
It's kind of not
Let's Play.
It's not the same thing necessarily, because when we do it, it's all just live commentary.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So it's not the same thing as something that you have like years
a
to
lot of
work
time.
on.
I think that's true.
Yeah,
Yeah.
even then,
like-
I mean, you don't go back and edit it like six times.
And frankly, if you make a masterpiece of some kind that people make a huge deal about, when you're like 20, 30, 40 years older and a completely different person, you shouldn't go back and try to change it as if your new vision's better than the one that made it work in the first place.
Hmm.
I mean, or if anything, just give people the option. Like we have a fucking, it's like a Blu-ray. It's a Blu-ray disc that's 4 gigs. You're not telling me the original Star Wars is big enough to fill up a fucking Blu-ray. At least include the original fucking footage and then the new edited version and just give
Here,
people
here.
the option.
Full part
Like-
of my original vision.
How fucking hard would that be to just say like, hey, here's the version that doesn't suck and here's a version that I shit all over. And it's like, you just choose. I mean,
Well-
maybe even, go so far as to have like George Lucas shitting on one of the selections on the menu item. And it's like, that's the one you don't want to watch. It's like, okay.
Like when
That's
you
the
hear
one
that
nice thing,
Han
though,
Solo
about-
was supposed to be like a used car salesman, and there was supposed to be an Indiana Jones movie that took place in a haunted mansion.
What?
Why?
Yes,
Fucking-
George Lucas is not a great idea man if you just let all of his ideas happen. Someone's
Someone-
supposed
yeah.
to stop the stupid ones.
George Lucas is great when someone's there to funnel it. If no one's there to like just hold the barf bag over George Lucas when he just starts vomiting ideas, it's like, it's just awful because he's just sitting there like, what if Indiana Jones was a space rocket? And it's like, what? Who the fuck is that? Stop it, George Lucas, stop it. And he's like, but what if the space rocket went to Mars and then there were Ewoks on there? And it's like, what? Shut up! This is
It's
a
all
fucking
canon.
not
It's
Indiana
all
He needs to
same
put him back
universe.
on his meds.
Yeah, he just, God, I think
Indiana
that's just what
Jones
happens
actually
when you-
is Han Solo.
That's,
Well,
like I could just imagine like you
Crystal
just sit there
Skull,
every-
that would actually make sense within continuity's sake.
Yeah, it's true.
Crystal Skull. The Crystal Skull is actually just like fucking the Emperor.
Yeah, why not?
I don't know. I'm imagining like George Lucas wakes up every morning, grabs a box of the fucking like Star Wars cereal that he keeps in like cryo freeze, and he just pours a bowl and he's like, "Today's gonna be a good day for more Star Wars." It's like, Jesus.
But he doesn't own the rights to it anymore, right?
Yeah, he doesn't.
No, he did sell them to Disney.
Please fix it, Disney.
Disney, okay, I think Disney is like behind the scenes trying to just like control everything. They're becoming like the Google of media.
Yeah,
Well, Disney
yeah, they
is
are.
more. Disney's way more of a Google than anyone thinks they are.
Like,
Because
yeah,
they
Disney-
control way more
They
things
own-
than anyone thinks they do.
They own Marvel. They own.
They own Star Wars. They
Yep.
own LucasArts. So they own LucasArts. They own Marvel. They also own what is it? There's like a let's see.
Dude,
Just
that's
does
that's
Disney
just the
own-
super public stuff.
They
Like,
just
pe- like
bought
pe-
TGN, so now they
Holy
own part of the
fucking
YouTube
shit!
stuff.
I'm sorry. Let me just go down the giant fucking Wikipedia list.
Yeah,
So,
they have like ABC and stuff like that.
Disney owns ABC, A&E
Whoa.
Networks. They also own ESPN.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
Apparently they own fucking ESPN.
They own 32% of Hulu.
Yeah, they own a lot of Hulu. They have let's see. They have the Lucasfilm. They have Pixar now that Steve Jobs is dead.
Damn. Oh right.
They-
yeah. Well,
What else do they got? They got fucking so much shit. Let me see. What
They
other
own.
Disney
They
movies?
just own everything.
They
Yeah.
own the History Channel. They own the Bio Channel. They own
Wow,
H2,
they own the History Channel.
They
I didn't know
own
that.
Military Channel. They own the Crime and Investigation Network. They own Lifetime. What the fuck? They own Lifetime? Why? Why would you ever want to buy that? They
still pulls in a fair amount of money apparently.
Not too long ago, I was pretty sick and just sitting there watching TV, and I was exposing myself to Lifetime for basically the first time ever. I gotta say, like, a lot of it's just shit, but it's actually weird. It's really interesting to see a channel where it's just constantly streaming movies all day that are 100% female. Like the entire cast is just all women.
It makes you
'Cause-
concerned that
'cause
women
it
are maybe like
seems-
slowly uprising.
But like, what's weird about it is like it highlights the absurdity of it, because when you're watching it, you're like, men exist too. This is fucking weird. And then you realize like every movie you've ever seen, it's like it's that proportion flipped, like where every character's male and there's like two women. I'm like, that's not really
so like a Marvel
population.
movie, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it's really interesting to see things flipped 100 completely around, just absurd, just to highlight how nonsensical the normal is.
Speaking of Disney, did you know that two things I learned today about Disney, which one of them was that Disney bought an island for $800, which is bullshit.
How
What?
big was the island?
Pretty big. Big enough to put a theme park on.
Oh,
So
Lord.
that's bullshit, by the way. I wish I could buy an island for $800. I have $800. I'll go buy a fucking island right now. And two, Disneyland like closed down. They had this like water park. That
Disney
they had.
owns GoPro.
Oh, the water park. I've actually been to the water park.
They have three of them. They have three of
Yeah.
them in Disney World, and
Yeah.
one of them got closed down, which is like fucking river ride or something like that. It's like Rapid River.
No, I don't know. Oh, was it River Adventure, something like that?
Yeah, what was it? Disney River Country. River
The
Country.
penis dicks ride.
Anyways, so they owned River Country and they shut it down like in 2001, I think it was, and they were just like, we're done, fuck it, it's a piece of shit. And so they left it and abandoned it. And instead of destroying it, they just kind of let it stay there. And so I watched a video of somebody like going through the park after it was abandoned, and it's kind of like nightmare fuel. It's very creepy at night because like it's not maintained at all, but they keep having the lights and the music running because of legal reasons.
What?
So
Wait,
it's just
what?
like, yeah, because legally they have to leave the lights on in case somebody sneaks in, because if they trip and fall, then if the lights are on, they could say like, well, you're fucking stupid, the lights were on, you should have seen where you're going. And so because the lights and the music are apparently synonymous with each other on the same circuit, the music is just creepily playing in the background. So you just hear like banjos like, and you're like,
That is really unsettling.
yeah, and it's like I just watched this video of these guys and they're walking through like kind of mid-evening, and it's just like walking through and you see all these like trees just forming over everything. The water just looks like nasty as fuck, and they were like showing side by side.
Sounds like a Silent Hill movie.
Yeah,
Was it the guy that did the recording? Was that the unknown cameraman? Is that who it was?
No, his name was fucking I don't remember. It wasn't that. It was like he I guess he makes a living of just going to abandoned buildings and videotaping.
That's
them.
kind of what the guy, the unknown
But-
cameraman does. I just kind of figured he would do
Yeah.
something.
Apparently, I read that the reason they closed it down originally was because they found out that there was a flesh-eating virus that was in the water.
Oh, Lord.
Which was their own fault because they were using a water from a man-made lake in in Florida, which is bayou kind of country. So
You know,
that was
By that logic, we should shut down Hawaii.
you know what
actually,
all
by
of
that
it.
logic we should probably
Just
just give
sink
it
it.
back. But it
Like,
was.
think
Wow.
all of Hawaii. It's going down forever.
Let me see if I can find like
Volcano
a good
recedes.
picture.
Sounds freaking creepy, dude.
to
What's the place called again?
representate. Let me see. Okay, here's a good like. Oh God. Okay, so here's a picture of like just one of the water slides. It looks
What's it
like
called?
fucking. It's called River Country. So Disneyland River Country. Here's just a picture of one of the abandoned water slides. And it looks like Chernobyl, basically. It's just like, oh God, this is just creepy.
But with
looking.
friendly-looking banjos.
Yeah, but with banjos
Oh,
playing in
wow.
the background. So yeah, you just imagine like everything looks like that, but it used to be super fucking pristine. So it's like,
that is the set of a slasher movie.
oh, you know what? I'm sorry.
Man, you ain't
here's-
kidding. That looks
here's-
just like Silent Hill.
Here's
Holy
the
crap.
best fucking
It just
comparison.
looks like the movie Mushrooms.
Let me show you a comparison of what it used to be from a top-down view, what it used to be and what it is now. This is the perfect picture to show just like how bad things get when Disney doesn't give a fuck anymore.
To be fair, we should probably be nice to our
that's what
audience
happens in the 90s.
and move on to topics that don't require visual cues.
No,
Yeah,
this should
sorry.
become an entirely visual podcast.
No, yeah, it's all videos all the time. But
Wander, what topics did you bring us?
I don't know, gaming.
I'm disgusted in you. Failed us.
what?
Get off.
But seriously though, we're talking about Disney, and I kind of brought this up, but you guys heard that Disney bought out TGN, right? /
No.
Polaris.
The YouTube network.
Oh, Polaris.
Yeah,
wait, Disney bought Polaris?
yeah, they did. So Game
They
Grumps
own everything. It's
work
over.
for Disney now.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
Wait.
I think Jesse Cox, Total Biscuit, they're all Disney employees, technically.
Does
Ish.
this mean do I have a better opportunity to meet Dodger this way now?
What? How does
Which-
how
will
does
she
her
be at, like-
affiliation with Disney make things easier for you?
Because maybe they'll move her to like doing her show at Disneyland, and then I can just go to Disneyland and meet her.
What's with the fascination with Dodger?
I don't
don't
know. He has like an asphyxiation specifically on.
Asphyxiation.
I'm suffocating from her. I'm suffocating from looking at her.
Okay.
He's got a fixation on Dodger for some reason. That's
I do.
been voiced a few times.
I
Even
don't.
though
I
I don't
don't.
think you watch any of her shows.
I do. I watch everything she does.
Do you watch?
I
you
watch. She does.
Co-optional every single week.
I watch co-optional. I watch her own personal channel, and then I watch her vlog channel.
That's
Oh,
a
wow.
little
She just
And you
did a
wa-
disappointing.
restraining order
You
on you,
also
man.
watch her Let's Plays.
Well, to be
Yes.
fair, there are many people on the internet that probably do the exact same as him.
I didn't
So
know you
we
were
can't
someone
judge
who
him too
followed
much.
anything. Alone.
She's the only person on YouTube
she's not
I
even
actually actively
she's not even
follow.
an anime.
What?
How are you watching something that's not an anime and actually
She
following
she
it every
also talks
week?
about anime. She's just such a fucking dream girl for me. Give me some fucking
Jesus
time, like
Christ.
fucking whatever. I like. Sorry that I have an asphyxiation for somebody who happens to have the same fucking interests that I do.
Why are both of you saying that?
I said it on accident, but then he repeated me.
I'm saying it because I am suffocating at this point, trying to
Just
explain why I like
asphyxiate
Dodger.
This is weird.
Asphyxiate
Like I don't,
with my
I don't
love.
have that. Like,
Wonder
I
I'm getting
feel-
the creeps.
Yep.
Yeah, see, I don't have a way of explaining it without sounding creepy. It's like I really like
Because
Dodger,
it's
but not
creepy.
not in the
Because
way that
it's
it's like I
creepy,
I don't want to like go and stalk her. I just want to like meet her and be like, you're really fucking cool. You happen to be a girl and you're also really hot.
No,
Thanks
no, no.
For
It
doing
would be
that.
more like
high fives.
you're real cool.
Or you'd end up locking her out of the house somehow and just staring at her.
I would never
Oh,
do that.
God.
I would never lock
Like,
somebody in my
what's
house.
up?
That's a terrible idea. She can stay outside. Like, I have a perfectly good patio. Fuck. I mean,
God. You had to bring that up again.
Now.
I had to mention it. Whenever Knackle and girls.
Oh, are you comparing her to the cat? Like he's gonna kick Dodger out like that goddamn catty abandoned.
you know that's even worse because like that's like the thing is like she really likes cats. So it'd be fucking terrible.
Yeah, that'd be a bad story to get out if you ever did get in some sort of creepy, improbable relationship.
In in fairness,
you're
never-
a
I'll
fucking
probably-
lunatic.
I'm like, okay,
Yeah, I agree.
I'm never gonna meet this person, and she's never gonna hear anything about me. Like, that's just, I know that's how.
Well, it's probably for
world
the
works.
best,
So
honestly.
Yeah,
somebody
probably.
just like
Speaking of
tweets
single
this
Andrew.
entire quote to her, and she's just like, ugh.
Speaking of single Andrew, do you want to talk about your conversation with your neighbor?
Oh,
What?
the one I posted on Facebook.
Yeah, I think you,
Well, this
you
is always an
deleted
adventure.
already.
Go ahead.
It's.
You deleted it, didn't you? It's
I
gone.
did delete it.
I saw it, though.
I
You
felt
can't
really
escape
shitty
it.
after I reread it as I was gonna post the podcast one, and I was like, man, this doesn't make me look even worse. Like, it made me feel worse in the moment, but it makes me look worse when I type it out.
It makes
So-
you look even worse when you delete it.
Yeah, that's true. Fuck. But
Man, hit a new.
Guilt.
No take backs.
So-
Internet's forever.
so I had this neighbor that lives next to me, and it's her. It's like she's like a 50-year-old woman, and her husband live there, and
Okay.
and so she gets to hear all the yelling that I do. It- so like, what?
Breaks into her house, steals her keys, locks her out.
Lights are out.
I just
I
love
wish
this
I could be
fictional
a
version
meme.
of
That would
Andrew
be
that
great.
just systematically locks everyone out of their houses until they just give up and go away.
he's like some kind of weird stalker that just like does nothing with you apart from just locking you out of your own
It's like a
house.
supervillain. God. Damn.
He's
I mean,
like,
a really
but he's
crappy
like the
one.
general chaos of
Yeah, but
supervillains.
it's
he
like
just,
a really
he just
annoying one, right?
inconveniences people.
He's like Moist from Dr. Horrible. Kinda useless superpower.
I just lock people out of their house. Yeah, you will never get back into your home.
He just
Run
makes
away
people's
now and
days
don't be that
slightly
people.
worse.
It's like, no, Windows, my one weakness. You can find a way back in. What the fuck?
How will I ever get back in this building where I can prove that I live here?
Your
You won't
opposing
say.
hero is just like some quiet, unassuming locksmith. Doesn't even have like a superhero persona. It's just like, dude, why?
Like, can you shit that shit out?
You're
Like,
just
he knows
tormenting this
exactly
guy
who
running
you
around
are.
with a mask and a cape, sneering.
He just comes by. He has keys for every building in the fucking city, and he's like, oh, God fucking damn it, Andrew. Like,
You go to his business, just has a picture of you in your goddamn costume, says "Do not serve."
I go to his place of business and I lock him out of his own shop.
He just sighs and pulls out a key.
As a catch 22, how do you locksmith without outside the locksmith? Who's watching the
fall
watchman?
God. Anyways, I have this fucking neighbor. She's the one that gets to listen to me yelling at video games all the time, and so she has this like pre-creative idea of what kind of person I am. By
Oh,
Because
like
her
And so-
entire exposure to you is you screaming.
yes, her entire exposure to me is the incident I had with my car accident and me screaming profusely into nobody because she never sees people come in here aside from Keith. So, and she knows he doesn't live here, so the only thing she can assume is like he just yells at himself. And so, and so the
It's
only
a
way I
sex
can
thing.
get it. The only way, yeah, it's really weird when I'm sitting there yelling, "God fucking damn it, Donkey Kong, get your fucking shit together!" It's like, I don't.
I don't even know how you got the donkey in there. They don't like tight spaces, I don't think.
So guys, I have to point out, we've been doing this for like 45 minutes now, and I don't think we've actually talked about video games for longer than like maybe 5 minutes.
No regrets.
bullshit. We talked
We don't
about
need-
like the
we'll
first
talk about
20,
whatever
the first
the
20
fuck-
minutes of it was talking about indie games and Dark
Dark
Souls
Souls.
and shit.
That's
I started
true.
talking about Dark Souls 2 and everyone stopped me.
But
I
well,
don't
that's
know what
because
to
it's
talk
spoilers.
about.
Well,
so- okay.
spoilers.
Okay,
Wait,
so
like,
so
a month.
anyways, in order to get to my place, I have to go through this gate, and she lives next to me, so I can't get past her, and so every time I come home from work, she's always outside having a cigarette, and so I was walking past her today, and she this is a continuation of a previous conversation she asked me, which was first she asked me
Why you lock your neighbors out?
no.
where are my keys?
Andrew, can I have my keys back? I'd really like to get in the house now. I was like, never. And so, the irony is when I forget my own keys somewhere and I can't get into my own house, I'm like, fuck! My dastardly powers come in handy only to myself. And so,
Who saved Superman?
and so I come Wonder Woman.
Sure as hell isn't
And
a
so,
locksmith.
God damn it.
and So previously she had asked me, she was like, Andrew, how come I never see you bring women over? Like, you know, and so I told her, I was like, I don't shit where I eat. And I just went inside.
Whoa.
And so it's a continuation from that. She saw me coming home from today. And as I was walking up, she's like, how old are you? And I was like, I'm 24. And she's like, you're single, right? And I was like, yeah, I'm single. And she's like, is that by choice? And I was like, no, it's just because I'm so fucking terrible that no one could ever love me. And she was like, you know, I could see that, Andrew. You're so angry all the time. Like, you shouldn't be so bitter for someone your age. And she's like, you know, and you should also take better care of yourself. You're so thin. You should maybe just eat more. You know, like girls don't want to like go out with an angry skeleton.
By the way, these are all the things that my family says about you.
Oh, I got it. Your perfect title. You could be the skeleton key.
And so
Angry skeletons just Red Skull.
and so I just like look at her like like thanks. I'll take that into consideration. I just like walk in my house. Like, what am I supposed to do to that? And
I should shut up. I should just shut up.
I think I just like closed the door and then went to the computer and just like turned on the saddest love song I could think of. It was like, in the arms of
That's not even a love
angel.
song. It's a puppy song.
That's just a puppy song. Fuck you. That's that
It
one
doesn't exist
fault.
outside of those commercials. It's true.
And it just like cry myself to sleep in my beanbag. I'm just like, yeah, I love me.
I almost want to walk into like a PetSmart while they're grooming the dogs and just start playing that song.
Wait.
Just completely change the tone of the situation.
Andrew, do you said you have a beanbag? What kind of beanbag? A big one or just like?
I have a sumo
It's
beanbag.
Too big.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Is it like a Totoro one? Because I'm just imagining like you, this tiny little man-child, curled up in the middle of Totoro, being like, Totoro loves me, right?
God.
And weeping.
Now I need to secretly replace this beanbag.
Oh God, please don't. I'm quite comfortable with my beanbag. I don't. No, please don't.
I think I'm
that's
killing
magical.
Spider over here, by the way. I don't think the
So-
Spider has said anything intelligible apart from just like,
Spiders
oh, please
just our
don't.
laugh track. We have all the sophistication of 2.5 men.
I'm here to be the laugh track, okay?
I just said that. Don't repeat me.
Oh, did you? I was
Disgusted
laughing
in
too
you.
and I couldn't hear you.
Yeah, it's.
Maybe you should try
Oh.
listening.
Wait, you
Oh,
said
God.
your family? That's what your family says about me?
You
Basically,
just caught up with that?
Yeah, I just caught up with that. Wait,
Yeah.
your family also
Yeah,
thinks you're
Elisa
just an
says
angry
the
skeleton.
exact same shit about you. It's like he needs to eat, and why he's too cynical for such a young man and stuff like that. And it's so like my dad's just concerned like you're just the most angry person. Like they barely know you and they already know this shit.
I don't think there's like. I'm very convinced that there's like nobody. I think one of my coworkers asked me this the other day. It was just like, Andrew, if you could live anywhere, where would you live? And I was like, probably a place where there aren't people, because they would just hate
Or
you.
locks.
And
Well,
it's
you
like,
actively talk to your employees like in a way that makes you look like Hitler.
oh yeah, that's true. I
Talk
actively
about
do
them.
that.
Damn, the list goes on!
You're constantly talking to them as if you're going to create like a machine race that enslaves humanity, and like if you had this
Wait,
power, you'd use
he
it to
has
destroy people and stuff like
employees?
that.
No, I
No,
have
his
coworkers.
coworkers.
Oh, okay, good.
Sorry.
It's hilarious that the keyword you didn't take away from this was Hitler.
Yeah. I don't like.
I mean, I think they go hand in hand. You don't put Hitler in charge of people. You don't put
Yeah,
Knuckle in
Well,
charge of
someone
people.
did.
God, yeah. No,
I'm still looking at the Dark Souls shit.
It's still funny, isn't it?
I actively
The
had.
skeleton is Hitler.
I am the skeleton of Hitler, just with skin on it.
Okay, so I've had that in like my periphery, and I only just now paid attention. There's like massive arrow sticking out of the dude, and it's like, ow, and then, wow.
Well,
That's beautiful.
the most noteworthy thing is that he walks up to an enemy, and then someone from behind a wall kicks him off a cliff, Sparta style.
Yeah.
I got
Dark
lucky
And
with
then it
that.
says Dark Souls.
That's a
That
good
summarizes the game nicely.
gif. I
Yeah.
love that gif.
Thanks, Obama.
Oh man.
I can't.
I need
No,
to get that mod working for my solo show.
Yeah, there's a mod that just says thanks, Obama. Man, it's hilarious.
Beautiful. Yeah.
Oh, Lord.
So,
What's everyone been playing lately besides the Dark Souls?
well,
I said Donkey Kong, so.
Talk about
Yeah.
Donkey Kong. Do it. does
I
it
like
suck?
it.
Tell us.
It makes Donkey Kong is like somebody. I was surprised the first time I played it. I was like, I don't know. Maybe it'll just be like the DS version. You know, like it was kind of okay. But like this entire game is like somehow Nintendo found somebody who gave a shit about the fucking Donkey Kong franchise and was like,
it's
hey,
Retro
here.
Studios.
Yeah,
These are
the guys that
these
make
are the-
Metroid Prime.
Yeah, these
Seriously,
are the people.
these people,
Yeah.
like, yeah, they give a shit about Nintendo, and it super shows. Like the music, the characters, everything just feels like fucking rareware Donkey Kong, and it was just like, oh my god, if I could jizz over video games, I would, but I can't because I can't make my life more
Wow.
sad. And it was just, it was really good. I've had so much fun playing it so far, and I get
the Frozen one or the
the
Donkey
Frozen
Kong. Okay, did
It's
you
Tropical
try
Freeze.
Donkey Kong Country Returns?
yes, I beat Donkey Kong Country Returns.
Okay.
And so that's why I got this game, because I was like, well, it's made by the same people, so it has to be at least as good as that. But it's so much better. It's just like, oh, God, it's so fun. And there's just a lot
That's
of...
basically all they made besides Metroid Prime series, too.
Yeah,
And I
It's
guess Mario
pretty-
Kart 7.
it's pretty impressive. Considering, I don't know.
They
like,
need to go back to Metroid Prime though.
Nintendo is corralling some really good companies for their
Yeah,
to make their games for them.
Didn't Naughty Dog say they were going to be making something?
Oh,
They
Naughty
can't
Dog
for
going back to Nintendo?
They're
I
working
don't
on a
think
new
by-
Uncharted.
Yeah, okay. I thought I saw Naughty Dog.
I think they're still owned by PlayStation. I don't think they can make anything for anybody else.
Maybe. I don't
Yeah,
know.
they
Whatever.
probably
Maybe
can't.
maybe it's my brain playing weird
Yeah, the
hopeful
Naughty
tricks
Dog
on me.
Wikipedia page of projects, their only future project is an untitled Uncharted game.
Well, I
For the
guess
PlayStation 4.
kind of on the same field of like weird CG reboots made by American companies. Have you guys like seen anything for the new Sonic game they're making?
Which
Oh.
one? Oh, God.
The one that's a tie-in to the TV show,
Yeah.
where they changed the way
Where
everyone
everybody
looks,
just
basically.
fucking, like, decided to grow 5 feet.
I was about
Yeah.
to
For some
say
reason.
that.
Just like everybody has legs all of a sudden.
Everyone looks even more like a furry than ever before.
I
They
think
all
the
have,
picture.
and they all have the bandanas and shit.
Hold on.
Team Sonic making porn easier since 1996.
Ugh.
Okay, here we go. This is a good picture. Where is it?
This is good podcasting right here.
Sorry, okay,
Nailed
I
it.
can't find a good picture of it. Somebody said the way I was exposed to this new Sonic was it was on Reddit, and someone said, hey, it looks like in the new Sonic game, Knuckles forgot to do leg day. And I was like, I don't know what they're talking about. That sounds really dumb. So I clicked on the picture and I was like, Jesus Christ, Knuckles, you forgot leg day.
He really did. It's weird looking.
What is
Like,
leg day?
I get that
That's
Knuckles is supposed to
hilarious.
be like,
Okay. So
like,
Keith, I assume you're not much of a gym person.
All right, so I'm looking at this, and apparently Sonic is, in fact, the Sonic Boom, at least on the wiki, is listed as a spin-off.
yeah, it
Yeah.
is.
So
It's,
Lost World's the main series, and Boom is a spin-off for a cartoon.
yeah, 'cause it's a cartoon made by a Canadian company.
Oh, you're talking about his tiny legs.
Yeah,
Yeah,
look how
look
fucking
at
thin
them.
his
They're
legs
tiny.
are.
Because
Yeah.
everyone in the entire everyone in the cast of this game has the exact same looking legs, except they're
Yeah,
completely
but here's
different
the
body
worst part.
types.
Everybody also has the exact same body type, except for fucking Knuckles, who has huge ass arms and a giant like torso.
It is
he's
weird
the
that the
only-
most massive character in the game is the one that's supposed to be able to fly.
Yeah, like no, well Tails can also fly. And
Well,
he's-
yeah.
At this point, Knuckles just flies based on like steroids.
Just
Have you
inertia.
seen? Have you
He
seen
just
what?
fires
uh,
them out of his eyes.
He
or
just
something.
punches at people, and the punch carries him.
Yeah.
Have you seen what Robotnik looks like from Sonic Boom?
I think so.
He actually like. I'm pretty impressed. He actually looks really good.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
actually,
no matter
yeah,
what
thank
the
you.
Sonic people do, they can't mess up Eggman for some reason. Like Sonic
Oh
Colors.
my god.
They did by calling him Eggman.
Wait, fine.
Yeah,
was kinda
Robotnik,
dumb.
man. Robotnik.
Robotnik's a
oversees that.
fucking awesome villain name.
Yeah, it is.
Russian and scary.
But he looks really good. Like they actually kind of got down the Teddy Roosevelt resemblance really
Yeah.
well.
Yeah, he's actually
And,
a really good political character.
Caricature, yeah.
Caricature,
Yeah.
yeah.
And I'm actually really surprised that in the cartoon at least, like the cartoon looked like shit, but they had a really like anything that involved Robotnik as jokes were really good. Like there's like they had a joke in there in the at least in the preview where it was like he was like, and this is claws, and it was just like or what was it? No, he called it like Flamebot. He's like, this is Flamebot, and it's just like this robot that has claws. It just like doesn't
Yeah.
shoot flames at all. And Sonic's like, why would you name it like the Claw or Clawbot, like something really cool? And he's like, I just don't question my naming, get him! And it was like fucking, oh my god, like just the way he looks so flabbergasted. Like I didn't even think of that as a name.
Yeah.
I feel really bad.
Speaking of which, voice actors, right?
Yeah.
They kept kept Eggman's voice actor, but I don't know about the.
Sonic they've
crew.
replaced several times at this point. I think.
Sonic has been replaced with the voice of Robin.
Robin
So
from
if you've
Teen
ever watched
Titans?
Robin from any of the Teen Titans
Oh,
cartoons,
okay.
That's a good voice.
He's
Yeah.
the one,
Not too bad.
it
Okay,
sounds really bad with
So
Sonic.
it's better than what they
Uh.
had for Sonic Colors. If I remember
They
right.
cast cool.
Yeah, no, the best so far. I think the best sounding Sonic is actually is Sonic Lost World.
Really?
Yeah,
I have
Really?
yet
Lost
to play
World,
that one
Lost World has
because
decent voice acting so far.
I heard Lost World made people sad.
Lost
Lost
World,
World, yeah.
Lost World made me sad because it's really good. It made me sad because I was like, wow, how come Sonic couldn't be like this every fucking time you made a Sonic game that was 3D?
Lost
Why'd you
World's
have to
still
fucking?
kind of really bad though.
No,
like,
not
We
nearly
keep
as bad
having
as
moments
like.
of like, this is actually fun, and it's like it's way more promising than any Sonic game we've played so far. And granted,
Yeah.
we've only played like a little bit at the beginning of it, but holy shit! Every 5 minutes, we're like, okay, what the fuck do we do here? What the game? How do we do anything
Yeah.
right? Holy
But-
shit! What's the game do?
There
Then we
are
spend
so-
the next
I-
5 minutes trying to progress.
No,
I
they
will
really
say
haven't had a
there's-
very good track record.
Yeah.
It's very spotty.
There's
a lot of
but
people.
it actually has one. It has actually a pretty decent story that feels true to like the old Sonic games. And
Which old Sonic games are we talking about here?
we're talking about like Robotnik, like Sonic CD, where it's like, oh, I'm
Okay.
Robotnik, I'm gonna fucking destroy the planet. And
The
it's
most
like,
popular Sonic game
oh.
ever.
well, shit, like. Well, I mean, like, the other two Sonics, didn't, like, the original ones didn't really have much of a plot besides, like, keep going right. It's like, oh,
No, I know. I'm
okay.
just saying, like, I don't think a lot of people can relate to the story of Sonic CD.
Yeah.
Oh, well, yeah.
It's like I will admit I actually really liked the Sonic Adventure series, but
Yeah.
Because you're wrong.
It's just the chaos thing.
Have you
was
played
really
it again
silly.
recently? Because I liked it when I was
Yeah.
6.
yeah,
But
one
going
of
back
my friends
to it,
and
I
I.
was just angry.
I mean the plot was kind of mediocre. I just like the extra characters. I don't know. I really liked the robot from the first game.
I just really hated playing as the 3D Sonic and trying to play levels. And things not going so great constantly.
Yeah. Sometimes the like pathfinding and the like hit detection was wonky as shit. Did you ever like try and verse race anybody in that game?
Oh, yeah. We have a
Yeah.
Sonic Adventure 2 battle episode of Unfairnament where 2 people tried to race.
Uh,
And it was hilarious, but fucked.
It was
Completely fucked.
There's
my
actually,
favorite-
let's see if I can remember it. There's actually a, there's a really, I say this because there's a really good line in the, in Sonic Lost World where, it just kind of, it made me show that people actually, that whoever was doing Lost World actually like knew how to write something, which was, there's a scene where like, where Robotnik is like with Sonic and Tails, and they're like trying to, because they're trying to fight these other villains is like the main key. And so at one point, this robot comes out of nowhere to attack Tails, and Robotnik like kind of jumps in the way of, like, it jumps in the way and protects Tails. And he and they're like, Sonic asks him, he's like, you know, I don't get you. Like, one moment you're like contemplating genocide, and then the next moment you're like saving somebody you like completely despise. And Robotnik was like, I'm just a complicated guy. It's like, what? Like, what the fuck? Like, I don't like, that's really cool because it's just, I don't know, I really enjoy that because it just shows that there's more depth to a character than just like, I have a giant mustache and I hate Sonic. Like, thanks.
It's hard
I
to
get
get
it.
a grip on exactly how evil Eggman is because
Yeah.
at the beginning it's like, oh, he's like fucking with innocent animals or whatever, and then later on it's like Sonic Adventure, he's trying to nuke a city, and I'm like, excuse me?
Yeah,
Why
like,
is this is
like-
the plot of this game? He's just trying to nuke New York, basically. Like,
yeah,
fuck you
Egg-
guys.
Eggman's level of anger and hate is just like very hard to comprehend because in one moment he could just, obviously as he's shown, can just destroy a planet, but then in
Yeah.
the same breath he just like wastes so much time on this one fucking animal.
He
It's
needs
just
to
like, I
decide
don't-
whether or not he's a serial mascot or a terrorist,
Yeah,
because there's a gap between those two as far as tone goes.
it's true.
I still can't believe Sonic 4 is a thing.
Oh,
I still can't believe that
there's
there's
two
a-
episodes of it already. I don't know.
I
if
more
that's
can't
it or
believe that
not.
there's Zelda DLC for Sonic Lost World.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
I heard about that.
There's the Zelda and Yoshi DLC for it.
Yeah.
Although
That's
Yoshi's
just-
more immediately normal for that.
Yeah, that makes a
The
lot more
Zelda
sense
part's
than the
pretty fucking
Zelda
weird.
one. But okay, I mean, fuck, it's
Well, how else
Nintendo.
are you gonna be the faster?
That doesn't even make like sense in the context of Zelda at all. Like Zelda's not a fast game. Unless you're trying to like run from Navi, then I guess it's really awesome.
I would play that game. I would totally play that game.
Run from Navi game.
Except for if it's the Legend of
What
Zelda
the
DLC,
fuck
it would
is
just be like,
this?
Wait, I'm looking up Sonic Zelda footage right now. He's running around in an open world, and he has 3 hearts with the biggest one flashing, like it's fucking like it is Zelda, and he's got the fucking hat on and everything. And he's
Weird.
fighting he's fighting Octoroks.
I don't know what that picture is. I found that just looking up Lost World. I don't know why.
He's fighting Octoroks.
What the fuck is wrong with that picture?
What the fuck have you done to me?
I don't
I'm saving this
know.
as my wallpaper.
I think he's eating the Chaos Emeralds.
I don't
I
know.
don't know.
No, I don't know what he's eating. It's just like, what is happening? What is this fucking picture?
guys, I think this podcast is well past an hour now. We
It-
need to
it
set
is.
like a
It's
timer.
actually
Stuff.
about exactly an hour.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
actually
really?
It's probably about time
exactly
to
Yep,
call it
it's
right
just
now.
about there.
Wow.
We've been talking about we at some point talked about a video game, but mostly about Andrew's fucked up life.
I'm sorry.
Which
This
is still
podcast is
hilarious.
actually his therapy.
It's sad.
That he'll
because
never
it's like,
seek out himself.
You're just talking about like the current events. There's so much in the past that I could just talk about.
I know. That's gonna be. I'm sure that'll be a weekly or however Lee we do this series
thing?
series.
Okay.
Of
He's
just
the-
like listening to Andrew's
story time
backstory.
segment.
Rant time with Andrew.
Well,
What's
no,
the
it's
deal
evil
with
time.
pistachios?
It's evil time with Andrew.
He sounds like a supervillain that's just, he just never quite made it.
I
Right?
kind of wish.
He
Well,
needs his own-
exactly.
he needs
He
his own
locks
theme
people out.
songs.
This is the only time that I've ever wished that there's somebody who like actually cared about us and actually like was willing to animate something, because I would totally be down to be in an animated cartoon of me being a supervillain locking people out of their house.
If I had unlimited
In the
time, I
meantime, you'll
would
have
do
to
it.
just settle for being a narcissist.
Like, it's just like I would totally be down to watch a animated cartoon of me locking people out of their house.
Hell,
It
I
just
mean,
sounds like
even if
fun.
they caught you and put you put the straitjacket on you and put you in like that room, right, with all the sponge walls and stuff, you'd find a way to light the wall on fire.
I'd probably find a way to lock the orderlies in the room.
You faked him out and you got him. That time you locked him in the room. They never saw that coming.
Exactly.
So,
I'm
so
crazy.
Didn't see that
man.
coming.
Andrew would be the guy from Psychonauts, the really like weird looking guy that can't see it at all. Have any of you guys even played Psychonauts, or am I making
Yeah, I
a
played
reference?
Psychonauts. I'm
I
trying
have
to
seen
remember who you talked
segments
about
of
this.
it.
Okay, it's the like little weird guy with the like huge eyebrow, not huge eyebrow, but like the caveman head, and he's tiny, and you need to collect all the stuff so you can get by him because his sight is terrible. And
Yeah, okay,
he's
I know what you're talking about.
Oh.
and
the
he's
minion
supposed to
dude.
be the chief orderly, but in fact he's just like some insane dude that managed to drive everyone else nuts, kind of sort of, or just the Napoleon guy. That's Andrew. There we go.
Psychonauts and Outlast are the same universe.
Yeah.
Fact.
God. Oh God. Fucking. Damn it.
I would pay for that.
I would
It's
never.
right, it's right before that character strips nude and starts doing some murder rape.
I would probably be the doctor on that. If we were talking about
Dr. Traeger?
Yeah, I'd be Dr. Traeger.
Oh god.
That would
Wow.
probably be my life calling. Be standing around naked in an insane asylum, making the other people uncomfortable.
Just reenacting Clock Tower in the wrong location.
Oh God. That's no man. I will never not. No, I don't like Clock Tower. I'm not okay with that.
I want to force you to play it
I
sometime.
don't want to play it. I don't like that. I don't like the sound of those scissors, man. It's like
It's the scissors, man, Andrew. When you talked about Clock Tower, you made it sound like the most terrifying thing I've ever heard
it's
of.
fucking awful.
And I look up footage of it, and it's
No.
a fucking adventure game.
No, it's
I'm like, I
fucking.
did not
I
see
played.
that coming
Okay,
at all.
No,
It's a
bullshit.
game where
I
you push
played,
on places to make people walk around slowly and try to solve puzzles. And
No,
then sometimes
I played-
Scissors Man shows up.
I
I'm
played
like,
I played Clock Tower 2, and I distinctly remember I left that motherfucking creepy guy up the staircase, and I ran down it and into a bed, like into a room, And I was just like, okay, I'm gonna do my thing. And out of the fucking nowhere, he comes down the chimney and he's like, hey, I found you. And I'm like, I don't even know how this house works, and I think that's bullshit. Like, no, I'm not okay with that game at all. I don't want to fucking be like doing my shit.
He's not
and some
okay
fucking
'cause he
creepy
couldn't
old
lock
guy
the
with
guy
giant
out.
scissors is like, hey, I need to get that string that's coming off the fucking back of your shirt. And I'm like, get out of here, dude. I don't even want to be here anymore. Like, this is not okay with me. Like, Jesus Christ. Like.
So
What we've learned over the course of this podcast is that Andrew has a lot of anxiety tied to locked doors.
yeah, pretty much. Locked doors. So he's got two nemesis. He's got, you know, the just like day-to-day locksmith dude.
Yeah.
And then scrapbookers.
Jesus Christ.
Anything that could get past a locked door, I'm fucking afraid of. I don't like it. Like mice, I ain't cool with that. You go under the door? Nah, not in my house. You get the fuck out. Like, no. If I lock a door, you're out of the house. That's the
Those are
point.
some small fucking mice.
You know what? I'm just saying, like, if anything could fit under a door, I'm not okay with it. It needs to die. Like, it just can't exist in my society.
Wow.
A snake, not happening. Nope, just not cool. Not cool about that.
That's
Spiders?
a small
Mm,
fucking
no.
snake.
Don't you sass no damn spiders now.
I will sass some damn spiders. Man, if I close my door and there's a spider, it's like, nah, bro, I'm getting in the house, and just crawls under my fucking door. Like, nah, no, spider, there's a lock. I built a lock for a reason, to keep you out. Like,
I think me and you will see each other soon.
no,
Jesus Christ.
because that's what my lock is for.
Oh, because you're. Because he's
just-
spider.
Well, you'll
You're
just
just
be
picking up
sleeping
on
and
the
I'll
joke
just
now.
go, guess who?
God.
You have any crates?
Got any crates?
Dear Lord, we need to stop.
What is that even from?
You don't remember?
I need to educate you. We'll do it
Yeah,
after
like
the
find
podcast.
me that clip, because I couldn't find it when I
It's
was
part.
looking.
It's the second episode of Murder on my channel.
Okay.
Spider just we're all building a barricade of crates to try to keep the murderer out during our Gary's mod session, and of course it's ineffective as shit. But in the middle of us doing all this, Spider, instead of helping us, just grabs one of the crates and runs out the door. And he's like, "Ooh, crates! I'm gonna go. Fuck it." And then he's just making sounds outside with this crate.
I may or may
And
not
it
have
just
either
keeps
been
getting
dead,
creepier and
AFK,
creepier as
or
the episode
murderer.
goes. The whole episode just keeps getting creepier and creepier.
I have no idea how I don't remember like any of
Yeah, and then Birdcatcher follows up later. He's like, "Look at all these crates that I can just stick my willy into. Each one more enticing than the last." That was like a few weeks ago.
that. Yeah, I remember
Highly
that,
uncomfortable.
which kind of clued me into the whole business.
Yeah,
'cause-
this whole thing's been an ongoing joke that you've somehow missed in
How in the world
sessions
did
you
you miss it?
organize.
I have no idea.
Wow.
Okay, well, it's been an hour now at this, or more than an hour at this point, and we should probably wrap up the podcast.
This was
Yeah.
the Sadcast.
So this
We don't
was-
wanna-
We're all very sad now. You can tell from all the little smiley wrinkles we got around our eyes and shit.
What? The fuck are you talking?
Checking us on the things and the stuffs.
Yeah.
He's Lost Spider, and that's Wonderbot. We're Sad Games. Go check out Sad Games at those people's, and subscribe to everything
you.
that's all on YouTube's ever.
All right,
Like
get
us.
out of here.
And then come to our doors and give us presents. Not
And then
poopy.
we'll close the door and
We'll be
lock
on the
you out.
doorsteps. Bring Andrew lots of spiders.
No, please.
Who
I
is
intend
address
to.
in
I intend
Sacramento.
No, this is a thing.
I'm glad you're telling people where I am, so now they can get locked out of their houses. Come by Andrew's house and you'll get locked out, just like all those cats. They're still there, just meowing relentlessly.
He's like, I don't care.
He knows because he taped them to the door.
I-
They're always
okay,
outside the door.
Before I end, I do want to make a note that it was raining. It's been raining here for the past couple of days, and I left my door open to go inside to go to the bathroom and get something before I came out to have a cigarette. And I came in, and there was a fucking snail inside of my apartment. I promptly picked it up, put it outside, and then just closed the door. And I was like,
It's a pattern
like-
with you. You're like a serial killer or a fetishist.
I don't care what creature it is. You don't get to get inside without my permission. Out. just
Out.
close it, lock the door for good measure.
Good
You
lord.
gotta lock that snail out or it's gonna open the door.
I don't fucking know, man. It's gonna crawl in the window and it's
snail
like, I'll
powers,
get
those
in.
psychic and shit.
Well, before we end, I do have to say, we have upgraded since the last time because we didn't start with poop.
That's true.
Yeah, so now we
That's
can end on
you.
poop.
Yeah, now we can end on poop.
I did talk about poop like a minute ago.
Oh. Well,
I
not
beat
not
you.
nearly as much. Anyway, one other thing.
Poop
Actually.
Chihuahua was a hit. Shut up.
So, if you check the little chat log, I've been painting this entire time. That is what I've been painting.
Of course you've
Oh,
been
wow.
doing that.
Dark Souls.
Wow.
It's
Stop
very
being
dark.
talented. It pisses me off.
Wow, okay. I guess I should just feel really inadequate about my art skills because
You
I'm
are
just sitting here
inadequate.
painting a really fucking detailed like Dark Souls character, and I was sitting here just talking about walking things out of a fucking house. That's
don't
cool.
don't feel bad, Andrew. Wander's just better than you.
That's true.
Yeah, that's
He is a
your
lot
thing.
better at art.
It's actually really fucking good.
Yeah. It's
Damn it.
fucking good.
Yay,
Uh,
Sadcast.
Yay,
Uh,
Wander's banned forever.
Well, I didn't feel
Because of
sad,
things.
but now I fucking feel sad. Like, great. Just fucking.
Oh
Yeah, I'm
lord.
sad. I'm not
I'm so glad I
sad.
didn't get at that art degree like I always wanted.
I think I'm just gonna come chill with you for a while and just see what happens from day to day life.
Who, me?
It's an adventure.
Yeah.
I've
Fuck,
experienced it firsthand, and it's an adventure.
If I ever end up in California, which is actually likely, this will be
Do it.
interesting.
You need to get that job faster so that we can like give you nightmares,
I'm working on it more.
life nightmares, the ones that don't happen at night, waking
Alright.
nightmares.
Wow.
You can't wake
Well,
up.
Shall
There's no
we?
escape.
Shall we
I'm
call it
just
for now?
interrupting you.
Have a
I'm
good day,
gonna- damn
folks,
it.
and stop listening to us. Jesus Christ.
How did you make it this far?
This is Dark Souls.
Dark Souls.
And scene.
Wow.